The zonal chairman of the All Progressives Congress (APC) for South-South, Ntufam, Hilliard Etta, has said godfatherism was not the cause of the lingering feud between the party's SY national chairman, Comrade Adams Oshiomole, and Governor Godwin Obaseki as claimed in some quarters, but that the governors refused to accommodate the politicians who helped him into office. Etta, who made the assertion during a chat with some select journalists in Calabar, said, "There is a misconception, which of course is politically profitable to Governor Obaseki, that there was an attempt by Comrade Adams Oshiomole to teleguide Governor Obaseki and become a godfather. It is far from the truth. The truth is that when Obaseki took over power, he decided that the politicians who made him governor were expendable, and it was in the defense of these politicians that the friction became evident between the two. Now, one can freely say that Oshiomole was fighting the battle for himself, but for the political class." Okay, that Oshiomole was not fighting the battle for himself, but for the political class of Edo State. Now I know of godfathers and I know of godfatherism. Godfatherism is a system of teleguiding and remote controlling someone who may have benefited from either your political structure or restructure or resource to get into office. This never happened between one. One of the things that godfathers do in Nigeria is that they will always nominate people into your cabinet or nominate people to work with you. Governor Obaseki himself has accepted that Adams Oshiomole had only one commissioner in Edo State, and if you don't know, let me tell you, until very late in the life of his administration, he never constituted boards of parastatals and companies in Edo State. So there was no opportunity for the supposed godfather to have nominated people into these institutions. The question is, in what area was the threat of teleguiding or remote controlling? Was it in the business of governance or those who could help him supervise the governance of Edo? It is easy to talk about godfatherism because Nigerians will always like to listen to such things, but I will emphasize that when they hear things like that, they should do a bit of interrogation between "I am a politician" and I know we like to play with the intelligence of people." I may not completely subscribe to that. In fact, I don't subscribe to that, but most politicians like to play with the intelligence of those they are supposed to lead. It is not true that the issues of Edo border on godfatherism. What is true is that Governor Obaseki refused to accommodate the politicians who helped him into office, and in an attempt to bridge that gap, acrimony erupted between himself and the former national chairman. On the negative things that the former national chairman said few years ago about Pastor Sageze Yamo, now the APC governorship candidate Etta said, "What you say because you want your candidates to be elected into office in most cases could be very damaging. No politician in Nigeria can claim that in the event that you are canvassing for your candidate, that you have not said terrible things about candidates of the opposing party. I cannot imagine that having selected Obaseki at the time as a candidate of the party, that Oshiomole will allow the PDP candidate, no matter who he was at the time, to come and take the seat that he was vacating. So you must put it in that perspective. I am not completely in support of the personalization of political contest in Nigeria. I believe that we must grow out of personalizing political contest. We must bring issues that have bearing on the people and of the country into focus and prominence while contesting for political offices. Well, so guys, we've heard from Etta Hilliard, and this man, I don't think he's from Edo State, whether it's from a River State or Cross River State, whichever one of those states, but I'm sure he's not from Edo State. How would you have known? How did you know Obaseki and Oshiomole in the first place? Of course, what he said is debatable, whether this is what is it, this is what is it. Because if we are talking about godfatherism, if they are talking about, okay, they helped Obaseki, let's take it from that angle. If you talk about you help Obaseki, but Obaseki, you talk about a godfatherism, how people can help people And they said that the politicians in that state, they helped Obaseki to come on board. As he came on board, he betrayed all of them, according to what this man is telling us. And have you forgotten what Obaseki himself said about Oshiomole, that he helped Oshiomole, that Oshiomole had nothing? And it's like most of the people don't really want to talk. They are not really that outspoken people. But Oshiomole, because he talks very well, because he's outspoken, once he says things, he likes to be, from the look of things, Oshiomole seems to be domineering. And that is why you see that whatever he says, everybody tries to buy it. But those who are deep thinkers, we begin to look at everything that he says. They don't just jump at the bandwagon. They don't just jump at what he said. You need to reverse back. But these people like Obaseki, he does not even talk. I'm sure it was because of a lot of things that were coming up that were forcing him to talk. And it was later he said, oh, yes, I helped Oshiomole. How did Oshiomole come to Edo State? Forget about he was a national whatever, national NLC whatever. They just use that as this thing as an excuse or as a way of bringing him because it's been known. But politics is not really like that, because like they always say that every whatever is local, every politics is local. Obaseki will tell you that he helped him in the past, but because these people are not really that people that just talk. Just like Odigwe said, oh, Oshiomole, he talks before he thinks, and which is not supposed to be. But that being said, that means he had helped Oshiomole in the past. They helped themselves. But I think, in my opinion, there's more things that are deeper than that. If you are not saying that the politicians in that state, they helped Oshiomole, they helped Obaseki by coming in, that means you guys are telling us that the people did not vote for them. And again, he was tactical even in making or answering the question that, that is how politics is being played. No. Politics, Oshiomole, I think, in my opinion, Oshiomole is the first person that has gone far, gone ahead the way politics is being played, going personal. You want to look at something that is under somebody's, what is it called, under the bed, person's bed. Of what relevance is that to the people? He went too far. He damaged this man. Forget their alliance, whether it is genuine or not, between Oshiomole and Ezeyamu. He damaged the man. And people who are deep thinkers, they were looking at it. We know that people have been saying things concerning their other oppositions and all of that, but they don't go personal. I think maybe with this, Oshiomole will learn lesson. You need to bridle your tongue. There's some things you don't say. There's some things that you say. Even if you think you are trying to embarrass the person, but invariably people will look at you that if this man could go to this length to be going, to try to bring somebody, to damage somebody's integrity or somebody's character, that person needs to be looked into, because people will be running for you because they know that any little thing you are just going to be saying whatever you like. So this L1AŻ, Etta, Hilliard, he said, he does not subscribe to going personal to what is, to somebody's life, but it has to be issue-based campaign. Of course, we know that like we are seeing between Ezeyamu and Obaseki, they have been so matured. Those who are deep thinkers, before you say, he's talking, we are just talking based on facts. And I have said it times without number that the feud or the whatever between the quarrel between Oshiomole and Obaseki is deeper than what we are saying. Two of them, they know where they have tied the whole thing. They might know it might be difficult for them to come out and be saying the real thing that is causing the problem. They might use godfatherism. He does not want to, he's betrayed me. He does not want to carry everybody along. That is the reason why. Okay, if those leaders in the party felt that Obaseki did not do them well, then why would Oshiomole, put it on his head? He's not in charge. We are not even seeing those people because we are just hearing pockets of people. What is it that, if really Oshiomole is now fighting on behalf, because according to what I'm quoting what L1AŻ has said, Hilliard or whatever, that if really he's fighting, that if he was fighting or he's still fighting for the leaders, why should he do so? So there's no way we are not going to be looking at this, if even the issue of godfatherism is still part of it, but there could be more to that, because the two of them are so bitter. But at the end of the day, like I always say, politicians, whether Obaseki, he cannot be trusted, Oshiomole cannot be trusted. They will still come back together. So you are fighting and all of that, then where will all of those things leave you. But we are talking based on the issue. We need to be careful on what to say. Let it be. It is APC that will come and tell you that, oh, it has to be issue-based campaign. But if it is really issue-based campaign, you're not going to be going and be meandering and be saying this thing. There are many ways to kill rat without shedding his blood. Ezeyamu is doing well in his campaign. He's choosing his word. He's choosing his word. Even you can say, oh, maybe because Ezeyamu is a pastor. No, it goes beyond that. Not because he's a pastor, because he's matured. Even with all the things that Oshiomole has said, do you think Oshiomole does not have a dirty part that people can really dig out? No. The only thing they can tell you, oh, you are not qualified to get it because you don't have this qualification. Those are the things that they are using. You think it does not have a dirty side that they would have brought out. No, they don't need to go that because it sounds so petty. Now it's coming back to tell us that that is not it. We will continue to say it. We will continue to say it for as many that care to listen. You can't tell us, oh, it is just politics. No, that politics went too far. Went too far. A lot of people are not even happy. They are really sympathizing with Ezeyamu. How can you be doing such a thing? Because of politics. So does it mean Obaseki does not have a personal things or that he has done in the past that they will not be able to bring out? Ezeyamu is not doing so. Likewise, Obaseki is not doing so. So what are we talking about? And Oshiomole, if I'm not mistaken, he might even be older than all these people. So what are we talking about? Even some of people who are even in their 40s, 30s, they are well cultured and they are well mannered. There are things that they you just, when you see them, you know that these people are really matured. It's not by you are 70 years, you are 60 years, and your character does not depict your age. So it goes beyond that. He's just trying to defend. This man is just trying to defend Oshiomole, which is neither here nor there, because everybody knows the right thing. Because even people will tell you that you are not even from Edo State. So how would you know when they were coming together, when Oshiomole and Obaseki started together? You were not there. Nobody knew how they started, and nobody knew the agreement they had. So they are just playing with people's mind. They just have to be careful. People need to be careful, because tomorrow you don't know what tomorrow holds for you. Even if you are of course you can criticize. Obaseki has been criticizing Ezeyamu, and it's not going personal. Ezeyamu too has been doing very, very well. They are just doing their things the way it is. Who is the one who is contesting? Who is the one causing the problem? The people who are causing the problem, they're not even contesting. They are all over the place. So this defense from Hilliard, to me, is neither here nor there. That is just the way I see it.